Hey folks, JANG here from JANGbricks.com with another step along the process of coming up with a zoo for my city. So different things this time, progress I guess this time is just, it's getting more serious now. This is a pretty big thing to make, so it's pretty easy to get it wrong and lose a lot of time and waste a lot of energy redoing things if I get it wrong. So planning is really important. Whoa, just stepped on a bin of parts on the floor. Okay, moving right along. Just getting a little bit closer to how it's going to look in the end as far as its overall layout. It's really important to get at least the general large areas figured out right. I've figured out how much space that I want on the outside of the thing. Everything here is temporary. Every single thing is temporary. So don't think that anything is permanent or done or anything close to thinking about being done. But just the amount of buffer room outside of the walls that I wanted to have in order to be able to put some like topiaries, some bushes and trees and stuff along the edges was very important. And then also you'll notice that I've swapped in these green base plates here, and that's not just for color. That's actually to get me to understand a little bit better how much space that I have here. When you have colors that are similar to each other between what's underneath and what you're putting on top of it, things look a little bit different in size. So this really put things into better perspective for me. Temporarily put in the baby Duplo giraffe from that last Bricklink haul. Not sure if I'm going to keep it there, if I'm going to use my original or not original, but version 2 brick-built giraffe. This one just ends up looking a little bit too large. Might even try to make this a little bit smaller, but I don't know. I'm really at the limit because of the head. We'll see what happens with that. But just kind of defining this space over here, this inverted U shape, and seeing how tall things are going to be. It's, things are going to be a little bit cramped. It's not going to be realistic. It's Lego. It's fine, Bear Pin is going to have more than enough space, it turns out. Don't know what to do with the lion. Don't want to have him by himself, if possible, but we'll have to see how that works out. This over here, I forgot, was also a little bit of experimentation, starting to think about how the railing will be, what that'll look like. I do want to use something with a little bit of color in it, so probably that combination there will work out. I'm not going to use these gray things because that's just boring and prison-like, but something like that has a little color in it, and I can maybe put something different in the corners. We'll see how that works out. But also defining the depth of the walkway and the space where you can stay there, the width of the walkway down the center path, indicating that there will be something in the center here. I'll probably move this back a little bit so whatever ends up being here will be smaller. I would like to have kind of a central area. Figures are just there for scale, but it would be nice to have like a little fountain or something, statue maybe, something in the middle. I think I'm going to put the hippo in with the alligators or the crocs. They kind of cohabitate in real life, so maybe they'll kind of go together. I'll probably end up putting a little bit of a pond in there, a little bit of water space. And then over here on this side, this is where I've always been planning to put the admissions and gift shop. But given the space that I have, I think I'm going to have to really try to make those super small. I left this open now. I took all my domestic animals out. You can see them over here, plus some. They'll just have to end up going somewhere else. Oh, that's just a little failed attempt at creating something bovine-like. Kind of came out like a female moose or reindeer or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's, like I said, just a failed attempt. But this space, I'm now thinking, may become an enclosed indoor space with actual walls on all sides, a place to put all my insects. So I've got all these insects, these and a little bit more, some newer stuff too. I would really like to display those and have that as kind of a temporary attraction at the zoo. This could be kind of a temporary attraction room, and things could be easily changed out. I would just put cases on the side, like glass cases on the sides, multiple different ones set up separately to keep different insects apart, and then I could stack those multiple high. Still don't have room though for a snack bar or a snack shop, place to get some food while you're there. So I might have to go to a second level. I really would like to go to a second level. Part of me would, part of me wouldn't. Maybe I can go to a second level here and then have the places where you can sit down and eat and actually look over the aquarium section. I don't want to cover any of this stuff here. That's really important to me. Maybe with this area enclosed, I can have my second floor go all the way across here. Maybe that might work out. But I definitely don't want to cover the tops of any of the major animal displays. So we'll have to see how I'll be able to work that out. One of the big problems, interestingly, about putting in a second floor is the need to have stairs. Gotta have stairs, gotta have a way to get up there, and it's gotta be, this is a public attraction, so I'm not gonna use the ladders, and stairs take up a lot of space, and I don't want stairs going over any of the exhibits and such, so just more stuff that still needs to be figured out. Getting these walkways really, really narrow along the sides of the aquarium section here, but I'm gonna add this in. That's gonna open things up a lot, leave a lot more display space, or actually space for not for display, but for the figures to be placed in there, to be appreciating what's behind the glass wall. So again, just a little bit more work figuring out spacing of things, how much space that I have, how much space that I need, where the rock section is going to be, because I definitely do want to have some rocks in there, like some verticality to it. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers what has been done since you last saw. This is probably a half an hour worth of work, of active work between looking at stuff and trying different stuff, getting to this point since the last video. I've got a lot of stuff to do in my life, so this is not something I've been putting a lot of time into, but I'm still trying to share the process along the way so you can see the different steps and milestones that are achieved along the way. Once I have everything figured out in terms of its overall size, I think I'm going to have to work on this area first in terms of actually building things, so I can see just how small I can make that, and then where the stairs will go. If I can put in stairs will be determined from there. If I can use this for insects, or if I have to use it as the snack shop. A lot of dependencies, still to be worked out. But once I get those things really taken care of, a couple more bricklink hauls will get me the major pieces that I need to get started, and then things will happen very, very quickly as far as actual building is concerned. But for now, still in the experimentation and planning stage, and that's all I got for you for now. So I'm gonna close this one up. If you haven't seen the previous stages, you can see those on my channel. You can just search for zoo. It'll give you all the videos that are related to my work on this, and we'll catch you in the next one.